Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below. Welcome back, Money Team. This is Madden Money Shots. Time up the Madden Cheese as always. In today's video, we got some brand new information about Madden 26, including the cover athlete, which is something that I know a lot of people have been debating. We got that information, and that is official, as well as things like the release date and everything that you guys will get if you order the game early. Just a lot of information I'm going to go over. Before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Now, as far as the cover athlete, it was originally reported by Adam Shefter's Twitter itself, which is usually pretty on point. Obviously, nothing that Adam Shefter puts out, everything he puts out is nothing's taken with a grain of salt. But when it comes to Adam Shefter and the NFL, he's about as tight as it gets. So whatever he breaks is pretty much on point. And he put out yesterday, about 20 hours ago, that it's official that Saquon Barkley is going to be the cover athlete for Madden 26, which I think is a really good pick. I mean, obviously, he just came off of what's considered the best year in NFL history when it comes to a running back. He had the most rushing yards when you combine regular season and postseason in NFL history. I think he had the most rushing yards too as well in postseason history. I mean, he had just an amazing season. So it makes nothing but sense that the star player for the Super Bowl champion Eagles gets on the cover. I mean, the only other person I really thought of that maybe could take the cover from was his own teammate in Jalen Hurts. And there's always a chance when it comes to Jalen Hurts, because we've heard him turn down things in the past, that maybe he was offered and he decided against it based off the fact that we saw him do that with a quarterback after they lost the Super Bowl in what was it, 23 or 22, I think. He turned down the chance to be on like a quarterback documentary on Netflix or something like that. So there's a chance that he might have been offered and turned it down. But Saquon Barkley is a much bigger star, and in reality, that makes much more sense. I mean, he did win Offensive Player of the Year last year. Probably should have won MVP. In reality, running backs just don't get that type of award anymore. And this is the second year in a row too that they're going to be trending in the direction of having a running back on the cover. Last year, obviously, Christian McCaffrey had a really bad year. He got injured, and people talk about the Madden curse. I think you could see that with McCaffrey, or not with McCaffrey. You could see that same type of Madden curse with Saquon Barkley. Let's be honest, he has a bit of an injury history in his past as well. Most running backs do. Last year he had no durability concerns, but it wouldn't surprise me if Barkley had some lingering hamstring injury or something like that. He's had a lot of injuries when he was in New York, so it wouldn't surprise me if he had some injury issues this year, and people would say, well, the Madden curse, blah, blah, blah. But realistically, it's a little different. I mean, obviously, he's coming off of a Super Bowl championship. Christian McCaffrey's coming off of an almost championship. There's been plenty of guys like Drew Brees who didn't get bit by to me, the Madden thing is, the Madden curse is kind of more 50-50 than 100% accurate. Let's just put it that way. But there's a lot of guys. I mean, Tom Brady's been on the cover multiple times. Patrick Mahomes has been on the cover multiple times. None of these guys have really seen bad years in their entire career. So I can't say for certain that because Saquon Barkley's on the cover that he's going to necessarily have a down year. He can't have as good of a year as last year. That doesn't mean it's a Madden curse. He had the greatest year of all time by a running back. So if he doesn't duplicate that, that's just called reality. He's not gonna go up from last year. You know what I mean? He's not gonna go for 2,600 yards and break his own record and all that stuff. So I would imagine with the strength of schedule that the Eagles are facing, they'll probably have a little bit of a down year. That doesn't mean that they won't necessarily be Super Bowl contenders, but it does mean that they have as good of a chance as having a little bit of a lower. I don't think they're going to miss playoffs or nothing crazy like the Niners did, but this is definitely, something that, I think that just comes with all the extra commitment. When it comes to the Madden curse, I think it's really just about the extra commitment that the athletes have, and it takes away from their normal work schedule, I would imagine, when it comes to getting ready for the season. But enough about that. So Saquon Barkley's on the cover. Should have saw this coming. We saw last year that when he jumped over, the defensive back's head in Jacksonville, we did the reverse hurdle. I was actually at that game, by the way, which is really cool. My wife took me to that game for my birthday, and we had barely gotten our seats when he did that reverse hurdle. Like, we were still getting our seats, and we saw this dude jumping backwards over somebody right in front of us, which was really awesome. It was a really good game, actually, which was surprising. I'd also had that great Devontae Smith catch in the end zone, but really cool that I got to see that live and in person. But ultimately, so they're going to do the reverse hurdle cover most likely, I would imagine. Wouldn't surprise me, but it could be any number of things. That we haven't seen the official cover yet. We just know that he's the athlete. But the reverse hurdle was added in the game last year the second he did it. A couple years back, maybe like 7 years ago when they won the Super Bowl the first time, they also added the Philly special. So the Eagles have a lot of influence when it comes to stuff that they add to the game, because obviously the Philly special was really big in the Super Bowl, so they added that play into the game. My question is, when are they going to add the tush push? Because that's been such a hot topic for going on like 3 years now. And they added these other things that the Eagles did, but that was one play. The reverse hurdle was one play. The Philly special, Philly was one play. And they've run the tush push about 100,000 times since then. But for some reason, most likely due to EA's ineptitude or laziness, they haven't put the tush push into the game, which to me should be something that's just in like the Eagles playbook and the Bills playbook. So that'd be really cool. Like, there's no rumor suggesting that they're going to put that in, but they really should, considering that this is one of the most controversial plays ever. Put it in a year before they get rid of it, because everybody's talking about banning it, which is another reason why I'm not surprised that they haven't put it in, because if they put all this time and effort into creating whatever that would look like and then it gets banned, but I mean, they did it with the reverse hurdle, so who knows? I mean, you can just put the reverse hurdle is really just something only Saquon can do. It gets triggered when he tries to hurdle a defender in a certain way. So why can't they do the quarterback sneak, but have the Eagles, maybe the Bills, and maybe the Packers, teams that actually use the tush push, have a couple of teams like that when they do the QB sneak, just have an altered variation. I don't think it would be that difficult to program into the game, but apparently it is. But ultimately, yeah, get the tush push in there. I think that would be probably a little bit more authentic to the NFL than anything, these other one-offs. But yeah, that's definitely something that I would like to see them add, but I have no rumors suggesting that it will be. Now, there's also some other information that's been available for a while. Things like the release date, the cost, still $70. The release date itself is August 14th, but if you buy obviously the deluxe edition, you can get it 3 days early, which is all information. Like I said, this came out when the little mini trailer came out, basically advertised that you can get the pre-order bundle, which is both college football and Madden, which obviously a lot of people like to do, considering that you get both games for a bundle price and you get a lot of additional stuff. But ultimately, all this stuff is pretty much the same every year. I mean, if you've ever ordered the early editions, you get the same through to early access, which for this will be August 11th instead of the 14th. 4,600 Madden points, which typically, all this stuff's MUT related. It's the early access solo challenges. You get a cover athlete item, which we now know will be Saquon Barkley, so that sheds a little bit more light on that. You get a superstar legendary XP boost, all this stuff. None of it really, in my opinion, you get some franchise coach points, a little bit of ability points for your franchise. None of this stuff is really that great, in my opinion, aside from getting the game 3 days early and the 4,600 Madden points, which you're basically paying for. I mean, it's like the extra money you're putting into it, you're basically just getting back in Madden points, and then you get a lot of other stuff. But if you play MUT, obviously that's going to be important. We also know that this game is only going to be available on a couple different consoles, actually. You're not going to be available on the old gen. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and S are the only gens that it's currently available. They've pulled the plug on the old stuff, which I think is actually a pretty good move, considering that they weren't really doing anything with that anyway. They were just basically giving you a roster update, and it was the same game since Madden 20. So in my opinion, they were really ripping people off. But it looks like you're also going to be able to play this on Windows, so I guess you're going to be able to get it on PC. They have an app version, and it's going to be available for the Nintendo Switch 2, as well as Steam and stuff like that. So you can get it on PC, and you can also get it on the Switch 2, which is going to be a cool kind of release for them, because I don't think this was available on the Switch 1. So this is going to be one of the first times you can get it on the Nintendo Switch, which is pretty cool. But that's pretty much all the information I have for today. If you guys want to see more videos like this, like I said, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. Other than that, if you guys can't wait for Madden 26 to drop and you want to play with Madden 26 rosters in Madden 25 right now, I'll have links to videos that I made popping up on screen on how to do that. So just click the links, and until next time, thanks for watching. Madden Money Shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.